Welcome back, Clashers. This is PikaGirl with Ryotin-CCG, bringing you my top 16 deck profile. I ran Death as my contender. She is a 30 health. Her 30 skill is when a death card is defeated, I can draw a card and give a card +1/+1. Her 10 skill, I can bring back a 2 cost or less from the Oblivion and put it into play. Start with the Clash cards from the main deck. I run 4 of the Death Agent of Darkness. She is a 1/2, mainly for the beginning of the game. When she is defeated, she can go back to my hand if the portal's closed instead of going to my Oblivion. I run 2 of the Pestilence. Enter -2/2 from a card. Mainly played him for the Lens, 1 cost. They were a pain in the butt, definitely, for the tournament. But that was an easy way to keep them off the field or to get them off the field. I run 4 of the Death the Dreadful. When she enters, I can activate the portal or her defeated skill. Choose a contender, lose 2 health, and then that contender draws a card. This game actually saved me a couple of games with being able to do that skill. So I run 3 of the Coggins. He is a 2/2 with Neurotic. Gives my discarded cards +1/+1. Mainly played him more towards the end of the games when I had them big heavy hitters out on the field that I did not want. I could just swing with him 2/2 and it'd kill it with the Neurotic. Easy way to keep them off the board. I run 3 of the Death Vanilla. She is a 3/3. More for beginning game when you're just starting out. 3rd turn, play a 3/3 and swing for your Yeah. I run 4 of the Death Relentless. When she's defeated, I can search another copy of her out of the deck. And the more that are in the Oblivion, the less resources it costs to play her. I run 3 of the Morlack. He is an ambush card, so new with the discarded cards. When he is counteracting a card, or counterattacking a card, if the portal's closed, he costs 2 to play. If the portal's open, he costs 1. Mainly for his effect is you could search your deck for a 3 cost or less, add it to your hand. So this was an easy way for me to search out the Krungs or the 3 cost Deaths or the 2 cost Deaths just to get them in my hand and be able to play them when I needed to. I run 3 of the Rizlocks. He was my portal manipulation. If I needed the portal closed and he was in my hand, I would just discard him and he would allow me to close it. Or if I needed the portal opened, I could discard it, do the same thing. And then to play him from the Oblivion, it only costs 2 instead of the 3, like his normal cost. I run 4 of the Death Stalking Lady. She was the only flight that I ran in the deck. When she comes into play, excuse me, send a Clash card with the attack power of 3 or less to the Oblivion. If that successfully goes off, I can give her +1/+1, so in 10 she's swinging for 4/5 with flight. Last but not least of the Clash cards, I run 3 of Death Endbringer. At the start of my turn, if the portal's open, I could bring back a 3 cost or less, put it into play. If it was a Harbinger, it got +2/+2 and Neurotic till the end of turn. Mainly got off her other skill, which is at the start of my opponent's turn. They have to choose a card that they control and send it to the Oblivion. Now on to the accessories, traps, basic actions, and all that other fun stuff that I run. I run 3 of the sharpshooters. Again, an easy way to keep the lens, or I know I did see a couple pestilence. Keep them off the field so they can't get their inter effects and stuff like that. I run 3 of the Magnate's Plan. Pretty simple card. He just sends accessories to Oblivion, so when I didn't want, like, I know one person played target list, so the bounty counters, like, I could just pop that and send it to Oblivion, and he doesn't get them effects anymore. I run 4 of the Lava Blitz. With Death, I didn't really keep a hand, so he was only cost me 3 to play. If you do have more black cards in your hand, though, he does cost additional resources. And then I could draw 5 cards as long as the portal was open. I run 3 of the Dreadful Despinations. I played for the bigger hitters, so the Kagens, the 5-cost lens. I know I saw a lot of the new Colleen card. It gives it -6/-6, so a lot of times it was defeating them cards, so saved me a couple of times. That is for sure. Last but not least, for the main deck, I run 4 of the Clash buffs. I get to put a one cost from any Oblivion into play, and then my card gets +1/+1. Onto the sideboard for this deck, I run 2 of the Remote Caves. Looking back at the tournament now, I definitely wish I ran 4 of this card. It gives my discarded +1 when it enters, and then continues to give them +1. And then a lot of the decks that I did see were Alpha and Rogue Clash cards, and it would have gave them -2 attack. So definitely wish I played way more than just 2. I run 3 of the Undiscovered Passageway. He allowed me to bring back 2 cost discarded from my Oblivion and put it into play at the beginning of my turn, as long as the portal was open. I run 3 of the Shadow Talismans. When he enters, gives my cards +1/+1, so just that extra attack power. Can never go wrong with that. And then players can no longer play Clash buffs. And then last but not least, for the sideboard, I run 2 more of the Pestilence. Like I said, he was in there to keep them lens mainly off of the field. That has been my top 16 deck profile. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one.